What up, y'all? Mr. Zoo Nation, aka Savage Armor Jones and Rafa, continuing the advancement of Premium Collection 2020. Now, there's a couple of cards that I missed. Well, actually, just one card. We got a couple of cards yesterday, but the day before yesterday, we did get a Narukami Star, which I did miss. So I am going to talk about that. And also, we did get a new stride for DI and Angel Feathers. And I just gotta tell Bushiroad one thing. Calm the fuck down. That is all I gotta say. Calm the fuck down. This shit's getting out of hand. Not just those two particular strides, but this one as well. So we just gonna get this started right about now. So first up is Narukami. We got Conjuring Supreme Dragon Stun vs. Dragon. So on Vanguard Circle, Soul Blast 1 and turn a card from your G Zone face up. Put this card into your G Zone face up. Your opponent chooses 4 cards each from his or her rear guards in drop zone and bind zone. For every 4 cards in your opponent's bind zone, you draw a card, and your opponent chooses a card from his or her hand and binds it. So Narukami has a better discard mechanic than Nubatama at this particular point. Because not only you gotta deal with this shit, you still gotta deal with Vanquisher. And that shit's not fun. I'm not gonna lie. Vanquisher, V-Era Vanquisher is not fun. And this card doesn't make it fun either. Now here's the thing. I wanted Narukami to be playable in premium format, right? But this is kind of a little bit too excessive. Don't you think? In a way? I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. Yeah, this is part of the reason why I said Bushiroad needs to calm the fuck down. Because this is stupid. Why does this exist? Man, like, imagine like doing a strategy that's so good that you fuck up your opponent. You get a very decent hand, and you get the D-Stride to use one of the V-Era effects. Why is that a thing? Anyway, this does open the opportunity for the other stuff that you can do in Narukami, but let's be real, this is just strictly for Vanquisher. And again, I do like the fact that Bushiroad is doing this thing where you're using the V-Era support and you're using it in an effective way in standard format, especially for some of those things where the best grade 3 in that particular format is like a Vanguard only skill and there's no rear guard skill for you to use it. Hopefully they do something very good with that because I would love permanent 10k tokens in premium format, but that's just me. Man, they could do like a lot more with that too. But outside of that, like going back to Narukami, Gauntlet Buster Dragon will be a little bit okay with this. I'm not too sure. Deck Knocks. 50-50, but like I said, like most of this is just basically for Vanquisher. Like, let's be real on that. I don't know. This card is stupid. This card is stupid. I will admit that. I have to actually give it like a 4.5 out of 5 because this works a lot, and now Narukami looks hella dangerous for no apparent reason. So we're just gonna leave it at that. Next up, We got Uphill Chief Galvinth. Galvin? Yeah, Galvinth. I think that's how you say it. So, Vanguard Circle, when it attacks, calls Counterblast 1 and turn a card from your G-Zone face up. Soul Charge 5, draw the same number of cards as trigger units that were Soul Charged by this effect, and until the end of that battle, when your opponent will call cards in his hand, from hand to Guardian Circle, he or she must call the same number of cards as normal units that were Soul Charged by this effect or more at the same time. Okay, we're starting to get hella heavy with the guard restricting. Now here's the thing. We already knew that Darky Regulars was guard restrict the clan. Like, that was basically most of their G era support in the second half, you know, of the G era. Was most of their strides was like, yo, we're just gonna do like a lot of guard restricting for like no apparent reason. And that's fine. That's fine. Understand that guard restrict is a very heavy mechanic. But let's be real, like more than half of the strides that came out in this set so far has some type of guard restrict. And now this is begging the question, is guard restrict the only way to win in the game now? Because I kind of feel like that at this particular point, everybody dismisses a card if it doesn't have some type of guard restrict. Like I remember like last year when it came out with Gus Dragon and Shadow Paladins, everybody was complaining that it didn't have a guard restrict, but you can get like, it had every other good effect except for guard restrict. Everybody complained that it didn't have guard restrict, and I was like, this is some old bullshit, but that's just me. With this particular thing with Darky Regulars, can they stop getting good strides? Like, they have so many good strides. They got Blom, they got Gistil, they got Blader Mouse. You know, they just got like a lot of decent strides. I'm sorry, but like some of their best strides, they have like some of the best strides in the game. Like, you could just put like Blom, Blader Mouse, Gistil in this particular stride and just have like nothing but like G-guards. And you don't even have to run the Xeroth Dragons anymore. You don't even have to run the Progenitor Dragon now. You don't even need to run the Progenitor Dragon now, because this basically makes up for it. Oh my god, and then like, I highly doubt that they'll ever ban Gistil. Like, I highly doubt it. But, man, this takes the cake for a good one. It's like, oh, you behind Soul Charge, just go into this motherfucker, because, damn. Oh, and then they get the draw too. Oh my god. Like, going against Darky Regulars was already not fun in Premium, but it's still not going to be fun going against them in Premium. So this one, I have to sadly give like a 5 out of 5, because this makes it to a point where you don't even have to run the Progenitor Dragon anymore. So, I mean, people will still do it, don't get me wrong. It will still probably be in Darky Regular decks though, but you don't have to really run it anymore with this card. So I'll have to give it a 5 out of 5. Last but not least, we got Holy Seraph Bassasilu? I'm just calling it Basil for short. Anyway, Generation Break 3. When placed, until the end of this fight, your damage zone becomes 7 cards to lose. If your G zone has 5 or more face-up cards when placed, it becomes 8 instead of 7. Costs Counterblast 4 until the end of the turn, when your opponent will call cards from hand to Guardian Circle. He or she must call the same number of cards from your damage zone or more at the same time. Again with the heavy guard restrict. What is up with that? Anyway, this card causes a lot more problems than you think. So here's the first problem, in my honest opinion, that it makes. It's Gize. Gize, in my honest opinion, and I know there's gonna be people who's gonna disagree with me, is pretty much the most degenerate card in the game. Like, it's more than just degenerate. It promotes bad play when it comes to tournaments. Now, honestly, in casual play, it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't really mind Gize in casual play. But when it comes to tournament play, that's a whole different story. Like, playing Gize in Vanguard is like the equivalent of playing Hero in Smash. Like, let's be real, a majority of wins that comes from Hero is accidental because of how good the RNG is. And honestly, I could make a whole video going on how cancerous Gize really is. And I know some people gonna be like, oh, well, it doesn't really top tournaments like that, and then when it does, like, there's not that many. It's not like super dominant or anything else like that. And all I gotta say is it's the principle. But let's be real, it was already hard trying to kill off Gize at 6 damage, but now that you have the possibility of making 8 damage to win, that makes it even worse. And the second effect with the whole bar restrict, I don't really mind too much. But I mean, let's be real. Like I said before, there's like a lot of cards in this game. Well, in this set in particular, that has like very heavy guard restrict for no apparent reason. Like, it's almost like you can't really beat down your opponent anymore. It's kind of more like, yo, we just gonna give you like stupid guard restrict, and hopefully your opponent is just gonna take the Vanguard attack and not really take any other. So it's understandable, but at the same time, I kind of feel like it loses the specialty of like what the clan could do. And before, some people were all like, yo, we always had like some of the best cards in the game be guard restrict. Keep in mind that Gear Chronicle, like around the Melon Wombo combo, was like one of the most threatening combos in the game, and it didn't really require guard restrict. The only guard restrict was like what? Chrono Jet, like the OG Chrono Jet, and that was it. But you weren't really killing them with the OG Chrono Jet. You wasn't even killing them with like Next Stage. You were killing them with like Metallica Phoenix and Mellow. Like, that's how you were mainly killing like most of your opponents. So technically, you didn't really have to rely on guard restrict. You were just relying on like pure poking damage. So honestly, like, not every single combo requires you to have guard restrict as like a main tool of like killing your opponent off. But now it just kind of seemed like that's going to be the main thing. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I noticed that like a lot of the guard restrict that's coming from this particular set is just very, very heavy. Like, a lot of them are starting to become like 5-card minimum, which is ridiculous in my honest opinion. But that's just me. In this particular card in general, when it comes to the guard restrict, we already know it's gonna be like a 5-card minimum or anything else like that. So it's not gonna be. So it's gonna be like kind of normal at this particular point. But outside of that, the card is actually pretty good despite like not really wanting to go against it. So I'll give this card like a 4 out of. I'll give it a 4. And here's the reason why. Because you don't get the 8 until you get unless you have like 5 or more cards face up in the damage zone, not damage zone, in the G zone.